Thank you. I'm Stephen Scare of Nashua, and I urge you to consider voting ought to pass on HB 619. Earlier, we were talking about puberty blockers, and according to Marcy Bowers, the president of the World Professional Association of Transgender Health, which sets the standards for treatment, a child who starts puberty blockers and then goes on to opposite sex hormones, which almost all do, will never have any sexual function, never be able to experience intimacy. Marcy Bowers compares that to female genital mutilation. Activists claims that laws that end the practice of treating gender dysphoria with hormones and surgery deny life-saving care, a claim they support with astronomical suicide figures. But just last month, Dr. Ratalu Catalina, Finland's leading pediatric gender medical experts, warned that, and I quote, "It is not justified to tell the parents of young people experiencing transgenderism that the young person is at risk of suicide without corrective treatment, and the danger can be countered with gender reassignment treatment." She cited 12 studies that demonstrate that if you allow children to go through natural puberty, 4 out of 5 will outgrow their dysphoria. The most recent one was and the largest one was just 2 years ago, which showed a desistance rate of over 87%. So why the differences between US policies and the health policies of Finland, England, and Sweden, countries which have dropped the gender affirmative model of puberty blockers and opposite sex hormones? The Trevor Project statistics are from self-report surveys solicited on LGBT sites, not from a review of the actual suicide rates. The Youth Risk Survey, too, those are self-reports, and according to that, it's 9% of all youth have attempted suicide. But the actual rate is 0.014, according to the CDC. A review of the data from the world's largest pediatric gender clinic indicated a suicide rate of 0.03% for trans-identified youth. Although this is higher than the average suicide rate, it's similar to suicide rates for youth with other mental health conditions and lower than the suicide rates for autism and anorexia. Another study of 2,800 children concludes that suicidality among transgender identifying youth is only somewhat higher than those being treated for other mental health issues, which many have. Whatever decisions you make, I hope it won't be under duress or coercion. As detransitioner and one of thousands, if not tens of thousands of detransitioner Chloe Cole said, I hear emotional blackmail at these hearings constantly. Their blood will be on your hands. Gender dysphoric kids are listening, shoving the idea that it's trans or suicide will harm the youth. Children are not martyrs for your political ideology. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Seeing no questions for the committee.